Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a channeled message for the Divine Feminine Collective. I came into a lot of messages over the last couple days, and I wanted to talk about the energies that are coming through for the Divine Feminine Collective. Many of us are coming into that perfect alignment of our inner masculine and feminine energies, and we are in the preparation stages of manifesting these divine unions, these divine counterparts, and the energy is very sensitive at this time, really fueling our desires when it comes to our social needs. It is like this gateway of wanting. And so a lot of revelations are coming forward when it comes to this spiritual revolution, this evolution for humanity. And we truly are the keepers of the gateway, of the wheel. And I feel many of the divine feminines are being exalted in the energies, really stepping into that interdependence. And I feel a lot of successful energies are coming forward. Whatever you have lost throughout the journey, divine feminine will be restored tenfold. And this pressure of wanting, we need to remember we can never ever lose our identity when it comes to the divine masculine accepting us. And so many divine feminines have a tendency to get stuck in this continued reflection of the past, and it really causes this blockage when it comes to our continued development. So there's this pressure to release all fears when it comes to rejection, to kind of go through this deep healing process. Many of us have gone through this death energy many times over. We've healed that fear from the root chakra to the solar plexus chakra, and many of us are being mandated into our higher mission. So a lot of the feminines have come into this access of, you know, we have everything we need provided for us from spirit when it comes to our financial resources. And the more we connect to the spiritual realm, the more resources will become available for us. So a lot of the feminines are being asked to interact and to bond with others on the spiritual journey in whatever specific form your gifts are coming through for you. And I feel this is really a good place to start. We are here to worship these higher energies, to have respect for God's source energy, and we are here to live a very healthy community life. We're here to support each other. We're here to, you know, make our unique contribution to the world. And when we do that, our wants and our needs are always going to be met. A lot of the feminines struggle with the inequality within the connection. And, you know, we go through this breakdown, and we've not done all of this work for nothing, divine feminine. We're here to be alert. We're here to be emotionally sensitive. That is our gift, emotional sensitivity. And I feel when we go through this being withheld from our counterpart, this is where we really step into our global efforts for the spiritual community. It's within the separation that we can bring all of this into our physical awareness when it comes to what is needed for everyone's survival moving forward within the collective. And I feel many of the feminines are really thriving in the energies, and we are about to achieve all of our personal and communal goals for this collective mission. So, you know, we can never ever be dependent on the divine masculine. I never ever encourage any divine feminine to sit around and wait for the masculine to step forward into your mission. We're kind of here to be those trailblazers, those way showers for the future. And I feel during this transformation process, this is where we get grounded in our high moral values and principles. And then we are being asked to share that with others within the community. So we know what is needed to be done in order to reach ultimate fulfillment. And as we kind of step into this thriving energy, that's going to bring all kinds of negative consequences in the masculine's world. So if you've not turned inward yet, there's a pressure coming forward. It's time to go inward to, you know, understand this oversensitivity. It's time to release that addictive need to have the masculine. That's very neediness. I know a lot of the feminines too, depending on which timeline you're at, there's a lot of feminines hitting rock bottom right now as well, where they feel like nobody cares about them. When will I ever get my needs met? And this is where we begin the self-love process. So many of us are being asked to step into our service-based mission. There's a lot of external contracts coming forward when it comes to our personal resources and our dedication of this mission. And when we step into dedication and service to the highest values, that's when we can bring all of this positive energy into our life. So if you've been on the fence in a place of indecision, it's kind of time to step into compliance with these universal energies and to do the deep dive when it comes to turning towards your service-based mission. When we step into dedication of the receptivity of all of these downloads and energies coming forward, that's when we can step into maintaining a firm foundation for ourselves. And when we naturally ease into this healing journey, that is when we can be fueled by this love and release any need of acceptance of others. So the energy might be a little bit moody right now. You don't want to play into any carelessness behaviors just because you want to be wanted. That's really going to hamper your journey. We're here to be those team players within the community as well. There's never any competition between any divine feminines. And when we embrace our individuality, that's when we can attract and accept this cooperation of these group energies coming forward. So a lot of powerful energy when it comes to outward activity coming forward for the divine feminine, and keeping up with these cosmic shifts and finding that driving force from our heart, which can bring forward benefit for the whole group of humanity moving forward. So a lot of seeking when it comes to exalting ourselves from this this running and chasing energy, and a lot of attractiveness surrounding the divine feminine, which is creating deep dissatisfaction in the masculine's life, all kinds of limitations. And I feel the feminines are being asked to find some self-restraint, stop self-sacrificing, stop feeding the masculine energy, feed yourself all of that energy to break free from all of these limitations to achieve that larger goal for your mission. So we cannot keep self-sacrificing, because this leads to condescending energies, and it keeps us restrained and it keeps us stuck. So I think many of us are being asked to find a different approach. And I feel many of the feminines, pardon me, are going into this recluse energy. We can't avoid the spiritual contract. And like I've said many times, once the journey begins, there's really no getting off of this ride. So we can't avoid the hills, the mountains, and the fool's journey. We're stepping into being sages. And, you know, we cannot find the masculine while we're walking with God source energy. And the energy right now is fueling us to stop avoiding what needs to be done on the healing journey. Don't play into being a sulking child. That's likely rooted around some negative childhood patterns that are needing to be addressed. Don't create this self-imposed exile, though. We can recluse, but we don't want to create a self-imposed exile, because that is going to end very detrimental to our journey. So I kind of feel a lot of energies have been synthesizing recently, fueling this higher contract. A lot of us are coming into this access of all of these secrets. We are the high priestess. We are the listener of all of these secrets. We are the hearer of these secrets. And all of these universal downloads are bringing forward all kinds of innovative ideas moving forward, all kinds of higher moral values that we're here to ground. And this ordered framework that Divine is bringing forward will inspire all of this humanistic cooperation moving forward. And all of this past knowledge from these other lifestyles or these other past lifetime cycles has been accumulated in our cellular soul's memory. And this is where this deep empathy comes from. So many of the feminines have this deep ability to relate and commune with everyone with equanimity. And when we embrace this harmony from the inside out through this affection of unconditional love, then our role within the community begins to open up. And we're here to be those listeners. We're here to be those healers. And we're here to just be open to whatever comes our way, free of any motives. We're not here to, do something with expectations of receiving something in return. So a lot of abstract energies are coming through for the divine feminine. A lot of gifts of hearing coming forward, being gifted, psychic sound, clairaudiency, psychic sight. We store these secrets within our heart, and we are here to embrace Christ consciousness and to teach people how to live a life of compassion. But we first have to master the past and to step into the future role as this listener, as this leader. So, and we do that by finding our inner confidence. We know we are the keeper of secrets, and there's a lot coming forward with the planetary transits. And we're kind of tapping into our natural healing gifts through all of our past experiences. A lot of the feminines are stepping into their genuine authenticity at this time. And this will be recognized. We will have victory over all of these challenges.
Really?
You can tell my little peanut's still home. And Bailey wants some company, so she can come and sit on my lap while I channel these energies. So, you know, this is a very uncomfortable energy that we've been working through, and I feel all of these secrets that we've held inside, it's kind of time to share them with the collective. I feel a lot of pressure when it comes to the throat chakra for many of the feminines to kind of share this deep remembrance of all of this reflection. We are here to organize these energies and to share them with the broader spiritual community. And it is through these experiences that we have to hold and cherish ourselves and do our part when it comes to contributing to humanity's understanding of life itself. So we have a lot of history, the twin flames, and all of these continuous cosmic energies have been informing us about our future and what we are here to manifest as the sisterhood of the rose. And we cannot care for others if we do not care for ourselves first. So a lot of energy is enhancing the quality of our care, but we first have to be a little bit selfish when it comes to caring for ourselves first. We can never care for others at the expense of ourselves. We're here to be these conscious co-creators, and as we kind of step into our highest vibration, we will be met with all kinds of envy from people in those lower vibration frequencies, and so you're definitely going to need to protect your energy, divine feminine. Preserve your energy. Take custodianship of your life. Really focus on maintaining and enhancing a high quality of your life through your creative power. So I think care of self is in focus this week. I know for myself, I have a young sick child at home, so it's taken tremendous effort to not only play this role within the collective, but be that mother figure. And many of us are exemplified human beings, and many of us hold that life force energy of like Mother Teresa or Mary Magdalene. And when we take this role on as this nourisher and this nurturer through the power of compassion and care, that's when we can, integrate all of these polarities within the journey. But we must always nourish ourselves first and foremost. If we cannot take care of ourselves as that first order, then we won't have the energy that we need and the resources that we need to care for others. So we do have to master being that authority of our life first, trusting in the guidance that we have been receiving, and committing to our own energy field first and foremost. Otherwise, we're going to waste our energy on things and people and places and things that really don't matter. And each part of the journey holds high representation when it comes to our higher connection to our higher self and the different levels that we expand beyond throughout the ascension journey. So if you've lacked the instinct and the drive to set those healthy boundaries, I think it's time to put those healthy boundaries in place once and for all, because we're not here to self-sacrifice our own well-being at the expense of others. And when we have those firm boundaries in place, divine feminine, that is when we can be self-sufficient. That is when we will have everything that we need. And the law of giving and receiving really is asking us to be that great mother, to be that great nurturer, and to strengthen our core power. And anything that's been depleting us kind of needs to be released at this point in time on the journey. So Let's get you a couple cards. Yeah, a lot of nostalgia. A lot of us have been in this grieving state when it comes to this connection. The Five of Coins, the Five of Cups. It's been very challenging. Many of us get ghosted, left out in the cold, and that is where we go into the depths of the understanding of just how deep this love goes. And we can't stay in the 5 energy forever. We're here to reach balance. We're here to reach a state of alignment. And so, you know, it is in the depths of the underworld that we grieve this connection, that we understand how powerful it is. I do feel you're being encouraged to just withdraw your energy from the masculine. And once again, to feed yourself that love, to go into these intuitive hits. You know what you're here to manifest. You know that this is a connection that can never ever be severed. So it is in the separation that we do realize that there is no such thing as separation. Interesting. 555. I think expect a powerful shift. Many in the collective are just going into separation, I feel, with the 3 of Swords. And so those of us that are further along the timeline, we're being asked to be those way showers, to hold that space. 555. It is within the transformation that we release the ego struggles, we release the lack mentality, we release all of the pain on the heart, and the masculine is there to serve as a trigger to heal all of these unhealed heartbreaks from the past. And it is through the ripping apart of the heart that we do open up to our intuitive gifts. I don't think this was a missed opportunity by any means. There's definitely a deep spiritual connection here, and I feel a lot of the feminines are swiftly moving towards wish fulfillment. And if your counterpart is not willing to come forward and do the work, the universe will bring you a high vibration match that will work well with you, that will satisfy everything you've manifested. A lot of the feminines are in that very abundant state. They're grounded, they're stable, they're solid. They've manifested abundance in their life, and they're looking directly at wish fulfillment. But we can't keep looking at the past with the pain. We have to release that burden. A lot of these masculines were not able to commit to us. They feared commitment. They were players. They were in and out. They were manipulators. And this is a heavy burden that we have carried on our hearts long enough. It's kind of time to do that conscious release, so the onus of the burden falls back on the divine masculine. I feel you are encouraged to only feed yourself love, and it is a very long and daunting process. It takes a lot of work. It takes years to integrate our inner masculine and feminine energy in order to achieve that holy grail union. And I feel a lot of the feminines are coming into a lot of abundance, windfall, inheritance, as you kind of, you know, master doing the work of learning this lesson of these childhood patterns. Give me a minute. Bailey. Bailey. Get up. Go. I'm working. It's never a dull moment around here. What I usually tell people when they come to the house to visit is welcome to the shit show. But anyway, we're stepping into a brand new beginning, but we have to leave the past baggage behind. When we go through this life force activation, we have to clear all of the blockages within our chakra pathway in order to release these burdens once and for all. And, you know, the blocked communication is a part of the journey when it comes to manifesting our own abundance. Come here, Bailey. When it comes to manifesting our own abundance, we are here to manifest through the heart, and we are closing out this karmic cycles of lack mentality, soul suppression, and depression. And so I do feel many of us are in the home stretch, and it's just a matter of getting to the other side of this heart chakra healing. So keep going forward, Divine Feminine. I feel as you kind of master all of the elements and come into this very aligned energy. It's like having a third child, Bailey. That is when the masculine will shift and have that awakening and be given this awareness as well of where he's been wasting his precious resources and his precious time. So I'm going to get the Divine Feminine a couple messages from Spirit. We'll see what messages from Spirit need to come through for you, Divine Feminine. Yeah, see, this is where we return to ourselves. This is where we learn to nurture whatever parts of ourselves need that love like we needed as a child. And it's a lot of inner child healing that takes place when it comes to these polarities on the journey. And I feel this is where we need to recognize how to create healthy space and boundaries with people that are unhealthy in our lives. So this is where we really return to self. And I don't think there's been enough information at this point to really say how things are going to go one way or another. But the universe is always communicating with us, Divine Feminine, through signs, synchronicities. We need to understand what we're thinking of when these signs show up. Journal about them. This is where we master the vibrations of numbers. If you don't have that mastered yet, I highly suggest reading up on the vibration of 1 through 9 and mastering those number vibrations. This is where we learn to draw those healthy boundaries in the line, to not let people overstep our boundaries. And although we don't see it yet, Divine Feminine, there is a divine plan at work. And you know, these relationships go into separation because that's what they're supposed to do in order for us to get rigorously honest with ourselves about who we are, what we're here to do. And I do feel a destined shift is coming. And we've been feeling this energy, and we are right. So what we need to do right now in this portal gateway energy as we prepare for the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction is we need to honor our physical vessel. We need to take better care of our mind and our body and our soul, and to stay in that aligned energy as we kind of get exemplified and eradicated from these karmic contracts. And that's kind of what I have for a little check-in for the Divine Feminine. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below, Divine Feminine. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.